So this is a new video type that I'm trying out, where I do a video on a specific instrument. So hopefully you enjoy it. So in this video our featured instrument will be the flute. And I'll be trying to make music with only the instruments I find. Okay, so let's go look for some flutes. But first, as always you should go take a listen to my SoundCloud. A lot of the songs in my videos are posted there. And also check out my Instagram. Okay. Moving on. So I'm going to start by following this trail through the grass. And it leads up to this small wooded area. So let's take a look around here. Look, I found my first flute. It appears to be a Yamaha recorder. Let's collect it for later. Wouldn't it be nice to take a nap in the forest? I would probably do it, but the grass is too long right now, so there's lots of bugs. So let's start looking for this other flute. Found it! Oh, but it appears to be just a piece of the flute. Let's add it to the inventory anyways. The other pieces should be around here somewhere. I always felt at peace in nature, but honestly, there's way too many spiders. Oh, found the other piece. I just need one more piece, then I am good. So let's look around here. You know I wish I could upload more. But it's hard balancing school and music. There's so much to do during the day, and I can barely finish half of it. But I think that's just because I procrastinate too much. Life would be so much better if I could just come out into the forest and make music and videos. But I wonder, maybe if I work super hard, maybe I can make that happen. But I also feel scared that maybe it won't. Maybe my music isn't good enough, maybe my art isn't good enough, maybe I'm not creative enough, maybe I just don't work hard enough. Hey look, I found the last piece. Let's collect it. Okay, now that we have all the pieces, let's put it together. Whoa, it looks like it's our lost bass recorder. Let's add it to the inventory. The grass is so tall and green during this time. It's weird though, in just a week the grass will go from a bright green to golden yellow. It's sort of impressive how fast it changes. Oh hey, I found the next flute. It's quite small. Let's collect it. I wonder what sound a garden would make. Like those little gardens in the game Pikmin. I feel like those gardens would make good music. Someone should make a project based off of that. Wait, I think the flute is around here. Somewhere. Hey, I see it. And let's collect it. Now that we have all our flutes, let's start making a beat. So, I first began by making some textures from the flutes. I started with an effect track with multiple granulizers, and an OTT, and a vocoder. Then I recorded it. Then my computer decided not to record audio, but I started this melody with the green recorder. Then I'm adding these reverbed flutes. Then I'm making chords out of the bass recorder to add more structure. And I'm adding a little distortion to it. Then I'm using Iris 2, and dropping the flute samples into it to make a synth. Then I'm using that as a background drone sound. Finally, I'm adding this flute that has a granulizer on it. And all together it sounds like this. So, after listening to that loop for a bit, I decided to make multiple little songs in a song, because I didn't really like what I made. So again, my computer didn't record audio, but I started this section for the intro. And for this section I was just experimenting with the flutes and textures. And I made these textures with the same method from the beginning. So I just messed around and tried to see what I could make, by adding different effects and samples. Then I decided to make a little melody within this section. And here's this section. Moving on to the next section, I wanted it to be more melodic and a little more moody. So I started to make these jumbled chords from the flutes. Then I shortened the envelope for more of a pluck sound. Then I just messed around with the effects some more. Then I went back and edited the chords a little. And added some background flutes. Next, I'm shaping the volume cutoff to have complete silence before the next chord. And I'm doing the same with the ambience too. Then I added more textures. Next, I added Valhalla Supermassive to the master to make a pad sound. And I layered that underneath the flutes. After that, I felt like this section needed more textures. So I got these wood sounds and spread them across the playlist. Then ran it through a patcher with an OTT, compressor, transient processor, and granulizer. Then exported it. And here's how it sounds with it. Okay, so next I copied over the beginning section. And I'm expanding upon the first melody. Next, I'll add a counter melody. And then I wanted to add some drums. Finally, I felt like this section needed more melodies, so I added these more ambient background flutes. And I added this bass that I made from the bass recorder. Okay, for the final section, I wanted something more drony and ambient. So I started by randomly clicking in notes in a C major scale. I had to try a couple times to make it sound good. And here's how it sounds. Then I ran it through a granulizer and a delay, and now it sounds like this. So I exported the dry and wet signal, then I dragged it to the playlist and just messed around with it. And I added textures and a delay to the dry signal. Then I added flutes for a background drone sound. Then I made this arc thing. And recorded it out with the same effects. So after that I basically felt done, so now I'll just do some finishing touches. And I'm all done. Before we take a listen though, I just want to say the flute samples will be on my website for free. Now let's take a listen.